Hi, how are you?
I'm doing great. I'm doing great. I was listening earlier to your to the live with you and World, and
Uh-huh.
it was very interesting in regards to what you were saying, because I was kind of like listening to a lot of in between things that you would between the line things you were saying.
Um,
And it's kind of like giving confirmation in regards to everything we have already came in conclusion on regarding
right.
Eligio and carbonation.
Mm-hmm.
But I wanted to ask you a question in regards to
Mm-hmm.
you said when you talked to the other young lady, it like it struck a chord with you.
Yeah. You talking about Mama
Go
Earth,
ahead.
the one I said I resonate with?
Yes, the one that, right.
Yeah,
You said that go
it
ahead.
just seemed like
I'm
we had a
sorry.
lot in common. Like, she's older than me. Like she's I think 41 or 42. But her backstory just like was similar to mine. Like as far as um her being close with her dad and like her upbringing and whatnot. And her just she said she tried everything and basically Elijah was the last stop, you know. Um just trying to look for I don't know, just looking for something. You know what I mean? Like and I just think we had that and I compare it to her a lot
Okay.
as opposed to
Okay. Now is Mama Earth is the one that
no,
left?
she's the new
Uh
the older one. She just was the last one that came.
okay, I
Yeah.
know her. Okay, now the young lady, you said that she scared you straight in regards to not coming
Yeah.
over there.
Yeah, Femi.
What was it that gripped what was the part that gripped you to make you say,
Um
no, I need to back up?
yeah, cause she well first when she hit me up it was it was at nighttime and because she was like erasing all her like everything she was typing, it was almost like she was sneaking on the phone. You know what I mean? And I could just feel through the phone that she was terrified. And she was just like, that's a dark place. I don't recommend you go there. Please promise me you won't go. You can come into your higher self without them. You don't need them, like she's like, he told me that I have to die and then live for him. When I wake up, everything has to be about him. Like that's how I'll start my day. She was like, nobody thinks for themselves there. And she could feel that everybody is just kind of intimidated by him.
That's pretty heavy, because when you said that part in regards to on this the first part with the lie with world, my mind was going to when he said you have to die. That's
Yeah.
my thing is that's what we was going into for us, the ritualistic things that
Mhm.
these people see. This is what I've been explaining. When they leave, no telling what they've been saw, the darkness in regards to
Yeah.
what they see over there behind the scenes.
And
And normally when they talk it in that manner, it sounds as if when they say you have to die so that you could in other words, they allowing a certain spirit to take over their body
right.
in order to be able to move with the movement. It that they conjuring up a spirit to take over you, and
Right.
that's why we see them moving in the area
Right.
like that. Yeah, so that's heavy. That's
Yeah,
real
it
heavy.
is. It is. It
and
really
she
is.
and she just left, and basically the fear that you felt from her, because you said she left when it was gone, right?
It's like she like I asked her, I said, so where was everybody when you left? And she said she basically either they were out or they were
Hmm.
asleep. She just basically kind of escaped almost.
Snuck away, so she just kind of
Yeah.
sneaked through the night.
Yeah. And she had came to him and asked him, well, told him that she wasn't, she don't think that was for her. She wanted to leave. And he told her, like basically like persuaded her to not leave, like to stay. She said, but I immediately knew that that place is not for me. She said, it's just like I said, just very dark. And she said it's just I felt like she didn't say demons. She used a different word. Cause like I said, she's into I don't really know, she's real Afrocentric and real she's into I don't really know what she was practicing before she went there. But
Right.
yeah, she basically said that she felt like that going there made her journey like push always she had to start all over again, basically. That's how she felt.
Exactly.
Yeah. And she said she didn't want any dealings because I asked her, I said, well, can we still keep in touch? She's like, you're a beautiful soul. She's like, I promise you, I wish you nothing but the best. And I know you're gonna come in, you're gonna find what you're looking for. She said it's not there. She said, but I don't even want any dealings with them at all, or people that was dealing with them. She said if we cross paths again, I won't deny it. I'll accept it, but if it happens on its time, it happens on its time. That's how she felt. And I just like, okay, well, I really appreciate you reaching out to me, like she said, yeah, I felt like I
Right.
had to just she said I felt like I had to save you. That's exactly what she said. It was crazy.
Well, then that should confirm to everyone that when they thinking that this is just some mediocre little thing that's going on with Eligio and this cult that's moving, this speaks a lot of volume in regards to what we have already revealed on this platform. That is
Yes.
darker. It's a hierarchy at the
Yes.
top and it's a ritualistic uh thing
Yes.
that they are following in
Yeah,
regards to
because
that.
I said to her, this is crazy how every time I retell what happened, I remember different parts. I said to her, because I was on my computer and I said to her, Tag, I felt like the last time I talked to him, I felt like he knew I couldn't lie to him. And this was the honest truth. Like, if I had a conversation with him, I was driving in a car one day and he asked me where I was at. And I said the area that I was at, and he said, no, you're lying. You're at Cooper River Park. And he was right. He was
Wow.
like, right. She was like, well, how would he know that? I said, I have no idea. It wasn't FaceTime. It wasn't nothing like that. I don't know. That's the comment that he made. So when I said that to her, I said, yeah, it feels like he knows what's going on. Like it's definitely stronger than just
Exactly.
yeah, it was
It's
just
a movement.
crazy.
It's a movement
Yeah.
because, and that make you think about in regards to surveillance of how they move in regards
Yeah.
to watching. That's why I said this thing is
Yep.
bigger than just this puppet they
It
using.
definitely is.
It's people that's over him that's able, because they all it's all in one. Even
Mhm.
like I keep saying, he's a character, and
Mhm.
and that Hollywood agenda, all that is the same thing. It's they serving the same beast, and
Right.
it's all to manipulate the people in the movement.
Right.
I did she elaborate a little bit when she kept saying darkness? Did you think to
Yeah.
ask her what that darkness was that she saw?
She just said that it just felt cold, and she said the first night she got there, she was uneasy, she didn't sleep. And I said to her, yeah, I noticed that when you started posting, you were by yourself and just like kind of isolated. I said, but I know that's the process. She said she did that. She said she didn't want to be around them, like she was trying to find any way possible just to not be around them, because
Right.
she definitely felt something was so off about that place. It's
That made
crazy.
me think about a lot of them that but when they were first going through their initiation in Hollywood,
Hmm.
and it's the same thing, because it actually it's the same thing, it's just low level. And
Uh-huh.
but he's working the public. In other words, that his mission is to work the public people.
Right.
And what they do actually is they when they have that atmosphere disturbed, they be all these demonic entities be coming to them, wanting them to actually put give over themselves. In other words, sell their souls over,
Right.
so that that entity could come in and take over that body to move. That's why we see them looking the way they look.
And she said that too. She mentioned Aya. She said yeah, it's just crazy. She said that they all live for that man over there, like anything he want, that's the program. And she was like, they're just terrified. She said, and this Aya is just like, out of everybody, she's like his number one yes man. Like, just basically whatever he say, like that's what's going on.
Now you, I know you're telling the truth, because now because the lie that he did when Velvet came back this last time, he was standing up there when he was addressing the young lady who killed her mom, and he was
Yeah.
saying, when he was trying to convince us that she was never a member, he kept saying,
Hmm.
I didn't consider that she was just passing through.
Right.
What I consider members are people like Aya,
Yes.
who
Yep.
been through thick and thin, and Tron,
Yep.
the ones that been there through thick and thin like that, the ones he know
Yep.
that he really got a grip in.
I
uh
noticed that too.
yeah, so I know what you're saying in regards to that part. What she said about Aya is the truth. Aya is a, like I said, it's, he really sucks her dry in regards to her mental capacity.
Hmm.
It's a, like I said, it's a slowness there, and he used it for his advantage
Yeah,
with
he
her.
said that he keeps her. He keeps, that's his go-to. He keeps her close because I had they face. At first, I was on to communicating with them. Like they would call me like kind of on a daily basis, the wives or whatever. And he would have Aya FaceTime me. This was way back when Ra was still there, and
Oh
they were
wow.
in. Yeah, this is when I first got in touch with them. So I was communicating with them too. So like he would make them be on the phone, falling asleep on the phone basically. And he's like, the next morning he called. He's like, you hung up on her. You didn't stay on. She's like, well, I mean, she was going to sleep. Like we kind of, you fell asleep, and it wasn't nothing else to say, and you know. So then she left out the room. So he's like, yeah, she's defiant, talking about Ra, the dark skin one, Ra.
Right. Yeah, she
Yeah,
could, yeah, that frustrated him with that, because
right.
he really couldn't control her the way
Nope,
that he really wanted to.
that he wanted
And
to. Yep.
and to deprive them of sleep, that's the art of war. Anything dealing with the depriving of the sleep, the lack of
Uh-huh.
food, all that is the that's the art of war. That's how you really could get control over a people in such a way. um when you first start talking,
That's
you
crazy.
did you ever get a chance to talk to Velvet?
Okay, so I didn't know. I was talking to Velvet, and I didn't know it was her. When they were still locked up at the time. The day that they got locked up, maybe like an hour, not even an hour, a couple minutes after they had took them, this person reached out to me. I thought it was Sheba. And she just was saying how he left instructions for her to reach out to me. He would need a lawyer, and gave all the information. But then maybe like the next day, somebody reached out to me because I forgot they were like 4 hours behind us, and she was saying, "Yeah, we really appreciate you sticking by us," and he wanted me to really extend my gratitude. Then she's like, "But wait a minute, who are you exactly?" So then I told her, and then she's like, "Oh, okay. And how long you been in touch with him?" She said, "Are you a student?" I said, "I guess you could say that, a student abroad, I guess." She's like, "Oh, okay." I said, "And who's this? Is this Sheba?" She's like, "No, me and Sheba, we really appreciate your support." And she's like, "Oh no, I'm his wife." So I said, "Oh, which one?" She's like, "Oh, honey, he only has one." So I was like, "Oh, okay." Just left it
Oh
at
yeah,
that.
that was her.
Yeah, it was
That was
her.
her.
It was her. At the time, I didn't know
So
she
she
was
was
over there,
already
but
there, with, just like we already knew she was already there.
yep.
And it's very interesting in regards to that case, because when I look back and I did more research on it, with dealing with Mama Earth, when he was going around talking about the money, he was just trying to get, he just wanted people to send in, and he really was acting that role. Because when you look at
Hmm.
Mama Earth father is actually an attorney out of
Okay.
Los Angeles.
Yeah. Oh,
So
that's okay.
uh she had revealed that like days before, that her father was an attorney,
Okay, I
and
remember.
that he would,
Go ahead.
yeah, no, and that's what came to my mind. I said, like, he really didn't everything was drama. In other words, acting script show. That's really what it was, because he already have his
Yeah.
players
Yeah.
at heart.
Hmm. Yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
It's true. I knew that she definitely was, I knew she was coming with some money, and I knew her dad. I thought her dad was from Hawaii. Wherever they were at, I know she said that he had lived there, so I thought she was talking about Hawaii, but maybe she was talking about where they came from, California. But he mentioned how she, was in contact with her dad and was close to her dad, and how she had a good job over in Africa or something. Oh,
Right.
and the crazy part about it is when he was deciding to go to Hawaii, I had said I wanted to go to Africa. And so I had sent him this it was like a video of people taking a tour through Africa and whatnot. And it was right after the lady from Africa had argued with him about not coming to Africa. So he said he didn't want to go there. That's not where he's going. So then she gets on the live, Mama Earth, and say, "Yeah, our combination will be in Africa soon. That's our next stop. Like we're going there." So I automatically knew, like, yeah, she's funding a lot of it. Like basically, she was
Right.
the last
Something,
piece.
something had to be with that, because he don't even allow them to deal with their family. That's what I'm
Right.
saying.
You're
Everybody
right.
is playing their part. And
You're right.
the only reason why he allowed her to talk to the father is because her father is a lawyer. He's
Yep.
in office. So
Yep.
that's the reason
And
why.
when
It's Go ahead.
and when the Nefertiti had reached out when she had her meeting with her family in the woods, I text as soon as the video ended. I had text them. I said, because we text back and forth on WhatsApp. So I said, "Oh wow, I didn't know you allowed them to talk to their family because like I said, the when I was talking to them maybe a year or so ago, we were FaceTiming and my mom was in my background." And he said what's up to them, but it was real dry. And my mom and my sister is just she's not they don't feel him at all. So I said to him, "Oh, so basically just asking him, would I be able to reach out to my family once, I do come over for good or whatever the case may be?" And he's like, that's gonna be your issue. Like that's one of your debilitations. You're attached to your mom. You can't save your mom. Like she's older, set in her ways. You might as well stop trying to save her. You can't save her. You're just gonna have to save yourself. Like it's a wrap basically. And I'm like, that's gonna be my problem right there. I already know. Like I'm not
Exactly.
gonna be able to do that. And he just wasn't. He just was mad at that. That like really sent them off.
So how
Yeah.
did you, Nina? How did you actually end? Because I understand that the lady got in contact with you. She
Hmm.
got in contact with you in regards to not going there, because she said that it was very, very dark.
Yeah.
What she saw. And
Yeah.
I know exactly what she's saying. I definitely
Yeah.
get what she's saying. Is what is the things that she saw, it's the rituals that they have done. And
Hmm.
really it was what she was witnessing and feeling was those spirits trying to get her to give permission to go inside of her, but she
Hmm.
was refusing. She was fighting. But
And is
how
that
did you
the
try to go ahead?
he had asked about experience. They were talking about taking an ayahuasca. It was like I guess it's supposed to take you outside. An experience is supposed to take you outside of your
Mm-hmm.
body or something.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
Nefertiti had experienced that or whatever. But Femi was saying to me that she had later noticed that the sign that they do, like the greeting, is actually three
The
sixes.
366. That's
Yep.
correct. That's
Yep. And
paying
she
his
just was
allegiance to
like,
the Baphomet.
yep. And she's just like, I can't. That's she said it's just a lot of things. It's a lot of things. And she was just trying to text as much as she could and just erasing
But
as
see,
she was going. And
this is why when we say that they ones be scared, this is a prime
yeah.
example. What they see behind those closed doors, it put a fear, such a fear in them, that they just want to drop off the face of the earth, based on
Yes.
what they see. Because honestly, this stuff right here is life and death. You see,
Yeah.
when you could even see when the higher ups, the elites, when they have a system called, they put the finger over their mouth, meaning don't say nothing, don't tell the secrets of the oaths, don't tell, they
Hmm.
don't, you don't supposed to, because that's life and death. You're never
Right.
supposed to tell, regardless if you in it or not. And most of the time it's blood in and blood out.
Right.
So
Right.
it's
And
a
it's
very deep thing. Yeah.
yeah, and I guess it's why she felt like she basically escaped. Like, because it was odd that they came to her, like they came to where she was at to pick her up. That was odd to me. And I said, "Well, what did you have to make them want to come to you?" And she said nothing. She was like, they just came through, told me get a list of things to just throw away and give away. I kept my sewing machine and my vintage camera, and she's like, they made me, apply for the stimulus check and basically just made her just give away everything that she had and whatnot. And
Oh
she,
wow.
yeah, it was
So they
she,
made her apply and everything. That's what they did with
yeah,
Nefertiri as well. She
yep,
when he got his
yep,
check, they got the check. That's what they doing. Uh,
yep.
so
Because
how
he
did you
asked
kind of?
me about mine too, and I was like, oh yeah, that was months ago. He's like,
Right.
he was asking about my income, like what income that I have that's ongoing, that I could get wherever I end up, like, whether I move or not, like what income that I have that can remain coming in
So was he
or
already
whatever.
talking to you in regards to like being what you were you going over there to be his wife? How was that? Or
That
did he already pair you with someone
No,
beforehand?
it was, I was coming. I would have been coming over there for him. It never was like officially said, but he would just throw little things out there and say people think that I pair people up, and that's not the case. A lot of women come over here, and I might be too much for them, and then they end up finding interest in somebody else that's in the group. And he's like, but he noticed that Mente had reached out to me, and he just was basically telling me that that's a big no, and that I shouldn't be in touch with nobody else that's there. And
Right.
yeah, it's just all, just only him.
Now
And
let me
he's
ask you
just,
this, because I know like you like saying for instance how you said he knew where you was one time. You didn't even you told him in one place,
yeah,
and he but let me ask you this, because when you're dealing with this kind of thing here, you got to kind of like ease your hand out the lion's mouth in so many words.
yeah.
How was you able to kind of slide back easily without that pressure still from them?
He what just like not just this like falling back from the whole situation.
Right, right.
He like he when I say he snapped a couple times, like a lot, and then I knew that he knew that he was showing me a side that it was too soon for me to see. Like he would really he started snapping. Like he was like, pull the effing car right now and send me what do you say, $1,500 or $2,500, something like that. I'm like, well, I can't send through Cash App. I only deal with PayPal. He's like, you're playing a lot. Like he's like, you're a demon. You're a demon. That's what you are. And I keep letting you in my life. And then after this, don't reach back out to me. I'm done. I'm done. But then in like 15 minutes, he'll say,
Wow.
where are you at? Why you didn't answer the phone? Like it's crazy. Like you're doing too much.
So
I'm not
it's
just
so
going.
in other words, it's kind of like playing mind games, because
Yep,
that's what
exactly that.
exactly what it is. It's trying to ease to see where your allegiance and your loyalty would be
Mhm.
with him.
Yep. And that's what
Because
he said.
go
He
ahead.
said up to because he noticed that that day I had put a post up of a shirt that said Black Lives, something about Black Lives or whatever. And the guy that I got the shirt from kind of shouted me out and said thank you. And he's like, yeah, you're doing too much. Like everything needed to just be about me. I'm a very jealous man. Like your eyes should just be strictly for me. You know what I mean? Like it was
So
crazy.
the insecurity is real, because that's not jealousy, that's insecurity.
Yep.
Um,
Yeah.
basically. So when was the last time you talked to the other young lady? Because that's hers is very she was touching it's so deep in regards to the between the lines things that she was saying.
Mm-hmm.
uh
You talking about
in re-
Feeny?
the one that left it through when they wasn't paying attention like that.
Yeah. It was.
When Go ahead.
I want to say it was the last day I talked to her was they definitely was already in Hawaii. All this stuff had already happened too. They had got locked. The day they got locked up. That was
Oh,
the
okay.
last time she reached out to me. Yeah. Because she would put up posts and I would like it, but she would respond to me in private. And she put up a post of a girl, and she said, isn't she beautiful? And she was like, she said, yeah, she's just saying the picture was beautiful and hope that her beauty remains, which I didn't understand what she meant by that. So, and then I thought like, dang, I wonder if that girl was eventually going to come over there too, but she never elaborated on it. um and that
Because
was.
honestly honestly, when you starting to see them, is that thing that they allow and they welcome in the inside of them is actually sucking them dry. That's why
Yeah.
you see them, they pretty much the best way I can explain it, let me say this, the best way I can explain it is like Vampire Pyre in Brooklyn.
Hmm.
You see how when he turned, not Eddie Murphy, but Hakeem Hardison, that's how they start to look once they allow that thing to come in, they fingers falling apart. They faces looking like sandpaper.
Right.
Everything about them is starting to, the eyes starting to shrink in the back of their head because they letting this dark power really go inside and suck them dry.
Right.
And and I know they just did enough, and I'm thinking around that time. The reason why I'm asking you this very question is because this, uh, now it's said that Zoka has now, she's not pregnant no more, and I
Yeah, I
wonder
know.
during that time, did she was the young lady that you talked to, was she
Mhm.
was there to see them do a ritual service in regards to that baby,
Right.
in
Yes.
so many words.
Right. Yeah, she didn't really touch on anybody else. She just basically kept explaining how she was isolating herself, like, because the one time she hit me up, she was in the woods, which, like I said, again, I know they have to go into isolation when they first get there. But like
Right.
I said, I noticed her videos started to change. Even like her message was a little bit different. And I just noticed that things was it was changing. She was just changing. And I guess she was reaching out to me because, again, we were supposed to, start together. So it was more
Exactly.
so, yeah, it was
But see,
just,
that was good looking out, because she was looking out for another sister that she knew that was supposed
yep.
to be on her way.
And that's what she said. She said, I felt like if I
Right.
could save you, before I get out, I just had to reach out to you. I just had to reach out to you.
But see, that's what I'm saying. What the things that people think that this just an ordinary thing, and this boy
Yeah,
is
it's
playing an ordinary
bigger.
game. This
Yeah.
is not an ordinary game. This is someone who has been sent out. He have power? No, it's the ones
Mhm.
that's ruling him that has the power. He's just a puppet, and
Right.
he's a piece in the puzzle. But the powers that he do play with, the powers that they allow him to play with, they are very dark, and you
Right.
don't want to get intertwined in it. You said something in regards to, she said it's going to feel like it's going to take her a minute to even wash him
Yeah.
off her.
Yeah, she said she feel like she has to start all over. And she's like, you could do it too, sis. Like, you'll be fine. Believe me, you'll be fine. She said your best bet is just, she said, I would block all of them. I would change my IG and I would just get off of it for a while. That's exactly what she said. I was like,
Now
oh
you
my
know what,
goodness.
that even that kind of fear, even in that, because that means to me, when she said get off of it for a while and step back, that means eyes everywhere. She
Yeah.
seen something. She
Yep.
seen something. They allowed her behind the darkness of it,
Yeah,
and
because
she
I asked
seen it.
her. Yeah, because that's what I was wondering. Because I said, well, where are you? Like, what? I said, when they left to go to Hawaii, where did you go? Like, where? How did that happen? Like, did somebody stay back with you? Because I remember when the first night that he got to Hawaii. Well, it was okay. So I was talking to him every day, a couple times a day, as I'm traveling to Atlanta, all of this. Like, we were in contact with each other. So then maybe a day or two, I didn't hear from him. So I guess that was them traveling to Hawaii. And the first day that he got there, he was giving a speech about how the rules and whatnot, and certain people shouldn't feel entitled because of whatever they bring over to stand a third. And he said, somebody mentioned Tron, and he said, yeah, Tron couldn't even get himself together. He didn't even come. So when I heard that, I remember him saying that, I had asked her, like, well, who did you stay back with? Like, I wanted to know who was they pushing her off
Right.
on, because I started seeing her. And he had basically said to me that he knew he was going to push her off on True and Sheba, because he said that she had been reaching out to True, like, before anybody even knew about her. She was contacting True. So he
Oh
made
wow.
True contact her. This was all on live too. He contacted her and said, what's up, and she's like, oh, well, I've been talking to Sheba, this, that, and the third. And then I said to her, like, oh, I thought you were in touch with Baba G or whatever. And she just was like, yeah, 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 that's how it's supposed to be. This was when she was, still excited about going and whatnot. And
Right.
yeah.
Well, I already know she wasn't going to Tron. Tron gay anyway. That's his baby right there. So you can see it all over him. Man, yeah, he
Right.
be jealous when people is with, or when a woman is with Tron. That's his heart right there. So that's why he never with no one. We know that part. Um,
Oh, really? I didn't even notice that.
yeah, yeah, yeah. It's real over there like that. Because like they have to do those rituals, but he his main thing, even regards to how they look, the women look, it's his fantasy. It's his fantasy of um a male figure. It's the fantasy of what they worship, which is the Baphomet, the breast at the top, the penis at the bottom. And
Hmm.
so this right here is everything that is confirming everything without actually hearing all of it, because this kind of give you an open eye on why the ones that really leave and they hide off,
Hmm.
why they really have that much fear. Because she, you said she changed her whole name and page and
Yeah,
everything, right?
she's not. Yeah, she's like off of
She
there.
saw
Like
something.
she
She
def
saw
he def
something.
she definitely was scared, and she was kind of happy that I recognized her being scared, because she's just like, at first she's like, how did I, why do you keep saying that? How did you? I said, I could just feel like you, like I said, and you scaring me, like I feel what you
Right,
feel.
right.
And when I told her that I feel like he knows things without being around, she said, why do you keep saying that? Why do you keep saying that? Did you, how do you, she just
It-
kept wondering, why did I say that? Where did I get that from?
and it's a blessing that she was keeping in contact. Now he knew,
Yeah.
because he knew that she was keeping in contact with you, right?
Yeah. Like he
So that's
definitely knew.
somebody. So that means that's somebody from the outside world. Just think about if she didn't have no contact with nobody, they could have
Hmm.
easily did something to her. That's why it's important. I'm glad that she did do it the way that she did it, because that means somebody outside in the public knew that she was there if anything should have happened to her. And we still
Exactly.
need, as honestly, to be on the safe side,
Hmm.
if possible, still probably need to do a checkup on her, because
I
if
know.
if she left when they was gone and
Hmm.
she saw something, that still could be dangerous for
For
her
her. Yeah.
and her
Yeah.
life.
Yeah. Because I asked her, I said, are you safe? Like, are you safe? And she said, yeah, yeah, I'm fine. I got out. But they definitely knew where she lived. That they came, that they know where they came exactly to her house, straight to her
Right.
apartment.
And
You
see, this is
know.
why I say, in regards to all the time when I'm on World Panel, I always say stand on target. This is
Hmm.
confirmation right here that everything that we have been saying for all these months is lining up to what the Most High have already revealed in regards to these people. So at this time, no one should have question in, is they just talking just to talking, or is they guessing? No, what we saying is the truth. The confirmation.
Hmm.
This is just adding on confirmation to what already has been said. The main thing is to stay on target. Stay
Hmm.
on target in regards to what you know that you're looking at.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
And that's what I said. I was happy that I did stumble across, because I guess I was telling World, I never like chimed into any of the lives, but he didn't really want me to. He would always have something bad to say. But one thing he liked about me when we talked was that I like, I said how I felt, and I just kept it real. You know what I mean? So when everybody was
Right.
all jumping on saying, agreeing with him as far as bashing World, and when I just said to him like, oh no, I didn't look at it like that. Like, I think he just saw something he didn't really agree with, and he just called you out on it, you know. And no matter what he was saying, I still just remained and had my opinion.
But
But
let
he
me
didn't
tell
want
you
me
something.
to.
That was gonna be only until you got there, sweetie. That
Yeah,
was,
I know.
what he was gonna do is just that just a tactic to lure you in. But they
Hmm.
lose their voice. They lose their voice, their mind, their heart when they get over there.
It's
That,
crazy.
that's right. That's even like how we was just talking in regards to Raw. Raw could be
Yeah,
he could that irritated him to the point
badly.
of, if she would have kept on, because I remember one live he was whispering to Aya. I remember this. It was a while back. That's when they was in the right before they came back and got kicked out of Mexico.
Nicaragua? Oh, Mexico?
Yeah.
Okay.
Uh, he whispered to one of them and said, "Don't let Raw touch my food." It was a fear that, in regards to, he didn't
That she
trust
might.
her,
Yeah,
because
yeah.
she was unpredictable. He said, "Don't let her touch my food because I don't trust her. I don't like her energy and stuff
Mhm.
like that." Um, So that's what I'm saying. That kind of energy, he don't like that. That was just the only degree to draw you in, basically,
Right.
sister. He was just trying to draw you.
Yeah. It's
So,
it's just
so the
crazy.
last, so she, the okay, I want to go back to the young lady again.
Okay.
She was in. Did she go to Hawaii, or you said that's right before they went to Hawaii that
No,
they left,
yeah,
that she
she
got
didn't.
away?
Right, she didn't make it to Hawaii. She didn't go to Hawaii. Like
Okay,
they went,
so she
and
was at Cookie House.
she must have been still like cookies. Yep, yep. She
Oh
didn't make
wow.
it to Hawaii because he had reached out to me and said, you're playing around, because the plan was for me to come to Atlanta, and then come back and then go back down there with them to go to Hawaii. So he had said, like, you gonna mess around and miss Hawaii, like, we out, we about to be out, you know.
And that's another interesting take too, because honestly, we don't, no telling. I know she had to play her part, like I was saying, in regards to even Cookie being an older woman, and you got like 20 people in your home. That the
Yeah.
level of demonic, the level
Ugh.
of fear,
Oof.
the level of
And you know what? And you know
anxiety.
what? I'm just
Mm-hmm.
remembering too.
Mm-hmm.
Because I didn't know. The lady Cookie, did you? I didn't know she had a kid herself, a young boy that's there. Did you know that? Did you?
No, we didn't. Oh
I
no.
Yeah, I never.
Oh
I didn't.
wow.
I'm like, wait. So she has a son. She has a little boy. I don't know how young he is, but I definitely know that she said he's like a teenager, like, um, maybe 14 or 15 or 16, something like that. I'm like, wow. I couldn't believe that. I said, so where is he at during all of this? Like, how big can her house possibly be? Because at the time when they were looking for something, somewhere to go to, when they came back to
Okay, because
Babylon or
we
the
never,
States,
because they never showed that they yeah, they never showed the son. I never seen. Well, they too much didn't show
right?
Cookie like that, but we definitely didn't know
Right. We
that there
only
was
seen her like
another young
twice or
man
once.
there.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it just
Yep.
imagine that. So that's why I said
Whew.
no telling what kind of demons that lady have to fight out of her house now,
I
even if she's
know.
okay. Because like I said, once you get in contact with that kind of spirit like that,
It's hard
it
to shake.
literally, that is still there. Even it's still in her home. Even though they left, that spirit is
Yeah.
still there. So
Yes, and I just remember when they was first trying to come back to the States, like I said, because we contact each other through WhatsApp, and he wanted to, he like, take me on a tour of your house. So I showed him the house and whatnot, and because that's when they were looking for somewhere to go while they were over here. And once they made it to Cookies, I'm just saying to myself, like, I'm glad I missed that, dodged
I
that
know that's
bullet.
right.
For real. Like, oh
Yeah,
man, it just would have
yeah,
been crazy.
no.
It would have been
That's
crazy.
those are the signs that you have to look out here for in regards to it, because I'm telling you, they have a lot of characters that's rising up in this area, in this time, in this place, and it's to make them look like they are just normal people living normal everyday life, and that's
And
to.
you so right. You
Hmm.
so right, because he outlined it that he it was imperative that he let me know that he wasn't about money and material things, and like you said, just playing that role, like, living minimal, like, not needing much to live, like, he this is what he was trying to basically, he knew that he had to convert me to, like, and just kept just saying how me being attached to a lot of things, um you
Right.
know pretty soon, pretty soon you'll just, all you'll need is just, I'm the source, like, everything leads right back to me, like, he's like, can you imagine us being, he's like, can you imagine being in living with your guru, or your higher self, or, like, your God? Can you
Right.
imagine being in the same, like, living with that person? And I'm like, yeah, that has to be powerful, that must be strong. He's like, yeah, that's why I sleep in the closet. Like, they always want to come in here or whatever, but I just send them back out eventually. Like, I just, I need to sleep in a closet, and for my downloads, and it's just
Right.
crazy.
Listen, I'm telling you, it make you
Crazy.
almost think about how, even when you saying that, my mind go back to even how when right before Prince died, they said that Prince was scared of the elevator, because the in regards to what the elevator symbolizes, that closet symbolizes mostly the same thing in regards to the same demonic entities that when they go in that space like that to conjure up those type of demonic entities like that.
Right.
Yeah, that's heavy. I'm telling you, it's not nothing light. It's
Even when
not
you
light.
mentioned the antennas, I heard you say about them doing their hair like that.
Come on now,
And see,
come
he
on.
told me that the antennas were for your head chakra, and he said that
Right.
was for he's like, I'm never cutting my hair again. That was a weak moment. I'm never cutting my hair again. And that's when he that was another time when he called a little attitude, because he FaceTimed, and I was trying to keep my hair wrapped up every time he called. So this time I didn't have my hair wrapped up, my hair was down. So he's like, you still walking around like that? He's like, you gotta cut all that off. Like, you just gotta get natural, be natural. You got to start from the root and just let it grow out, because we need that. What did he say? He said that the antennas give them more, not
Right.
strength, but I forgot what he said. Something to that.
Well,
Because I asked him, where did that come? Like,
well, that's also energy too, because in other words, energy is in the hair. That's why, when you think about in the word
Mhm.
with Samson, the Most High didn't want Samson.
Yeah,
Right,
he cut his
it's
hair
the
and lost his
strength
strength, right?
of our
Yeah,
people, and
yeah.
so, but he also know
Hmm.
what he's tapping into. Like I said, they know they're not going to the third heaven before the Most High throne. They actually tapping on the second heaven to get all
Yeah.
those transmissions and all those different waves coming in from these demonic forces that's in the second realm.
Right.
So yeah.
Right. And because he had asked me how did I find him, and I told him that one of my friends, I met him through church. He drives trucks, so one day I went on a road with him, and he was listening to Nature Boy. And ever since that day, it wasn't a day that went by that I didn't tune in. And he was just so when I ran into my friend again and I told him how in contact I was with him, he was shocked. Like, he was like, dang, like 1 million people follow this dude. How did how why is he reaching out to you? Or how what connected y'all to on that, like, how did he reach out to you? Like, he said he was trying to reach out to him, and couldn't get in touch with them, and
Right.
this and the third. So then I asked him myself, like, yeah, like, how do you go about that? Like, how do you know who you're gonna talk to or not talk to? And he's like, oh, my DM is flooded with a whole bunch of girls. A lot of females come to me because for the sex, or but I'm
Because he connect it's the it's spirit to spirit. It's
mhm,
more this what it really is. That's why people keep getting it mixed up.
mhm,
They go by just only what they see. You have to go behind the
right,
veil. Why you thinking in other words, why a person talking to Eligio and you
mhm,
thinking just the nature of a man or communicating from one being to another, he always
mhm,
think it's spirit because that's how they are. They always got their
right,
mind on spirit, demonic
right,
entities. So that's how
right,
you have to approach him. And
right.
look at that. Look at how it's like how you said a member from a church is
Isn't that
listening to him.
crazy?
That
And
now that's deep.
and then it's deep. And then one day, like I said, because I always was on the phone with him, because when I have him if I'm in a car, I connected to my radio. So my other friend, and he's Muslim, I was giving him a ride somewhere. So he was getting in a car, and he just he was like, turn this off. He didn't want to hear him at all. It was really, really bothering him, really, really bad.
Right.
So when once the car stopped and he got out the car, he said, Lex, you don't need to go there. He said that he has everything all misconstrued. He said,
Let me say something that you just said that just hit my spirit because this is exactly what I said when I say they trying to get everybody under one world, one rulership,
mhm,
worshiping one beast. Because here you go,
mhm,
you was talking about somebody in the church from like a
yep,
Christian. Now you talking about a
mhm,
Muslim. They trying to
yep,
emerge all these different people under one beast, and their
yep,
focus point is us, the public, the people that's in the public. They trying to get us to rely and trust on someone that looks like a everyday person, but it's a disguised puppet. That's what he
right,
is. So that
right. Someone that we can read, like, you more relatable, right?
right, right,
Yeah,
right. Because
yeah,
when you think about the celebrities don't look that touchable. But now let me tell you what's happening now in the YouTube world, because out here in the YouTube streets, you
Mhm.
starting to see supposedly, and I put the quote marks in there, supposedly regular everyday YouTube people now getting interviews with prominent celebrities all of a sudden. How is
Mhm.
those worlds merging so quick, so easily like that on those
Mhm.
platforms? Unless they already are involved in the psyop within
Mhm.
itself. So
Yeah, you're right. You're right because it was another it's another he called himself what do you call himself spiritual I can't think of his name, but he do like a chant in the beginning of when he starts to speak, and he did a video and said that a celebrity reached out to him and was giving him all the praise and saying that he
right,
appreciate him going on, and and he was the guy was like, well, it's crazy. I was wondering, like, he's a celebrity and he reaching out to me. I'm like, if you really, he's like, if he really relates to what I'm saying, why don't he use his platform to bring more people in? And he was like, I really don't know how I stumbled, like how I started this. He was a professional baseball. I mean, no, basketball. He played basketball, but then he became a YouTuber or something.
right.
And he was saying he really don't know where this is leading to, but he knows that he needs to get back to nature, and he knows that he's better when when he takes it back to the basics. He
But
don't
that's
know where
let you
his
know, but it let you know how all these worlds are intertwining, because
yeah.
they already know now, the powers that be already know that people are not looking at no TV anymore. They're not looking at
That's right.
Right,
television or being
right,
entertained. So
right.
That's
they
right.
they now they put them out there. They coming where they know the people are at. Where the people at? The people at on YouTube.
It's
The
so
people at
true.
on Twitter. They bringing them out where so that they can come out here now.
It's
And
so
so
true.
yeah, so this is where it's at. It's where it's at. So that's what, when you go and seeking, you have to be careful what you go seeking,
I know you're
because
so
you'll
right.
be you'll be hurt on what you
That's right.
find.
You
Yeah.
you'll be in a world of trouble. Like I say, even when you speak about the spirit world, the demonic reptilian world, you got to think about all of the stuff that's connected and then tied that comes along with that. Even
Mhm.
by listening to a
Hmm.
demonic energy. When you listen to him for so long, especially if you look at the beast within his eye, it's sort of like the reversal of the Medusa effect. Instead of turning you into stone, it's like he cloning you. You become
It's
Come on.
robotic.
so
You
Right.
true.
become
And
a
even
parrot.
Right.
with their
Uh-huh.
music, it was one of the songs he told me to wake up to. And like I said, I literally was doing everything that he said, because he said you got to prepare over here before you get over there. Um, and we had started going on to this thing called Big Go. A lot of people didn't go on there yet, but
On the
he
big
started.
O, yeah.
Yeah, Big Go, yeah. And that, because with that you could speak to a lot of different people at once, sort of like this or whatever. And he was saying that that's what he was going to start trying to use because it's international. So he was able to
See.
reach to other people that was from they, and they would come in too, but they didn't even know nothing about him. So he would, at first he thought that they knew him. So once they would let him know, they're like, no, no, we chimed in because y'all seem like a cool group. And he's like, oh well, he wanted to start using that platform more because he was trying to reach out to other people that that
Now
normally.
let me now let me add something to that, because what you just said is deep as well. Because when that sacrifice happened with that young lady and her mother, that
Mm,
takes it up a notch. That's what I said. You think that he care about going to different states and continents or whatever and getting kicked out? No, it's all about the being broadened out there. It's all about being spread it out there. And those when those blood sacrifices happen, those are initiations up to be
right,
elevated to the next level, in so many words. So
right.
yeah, that makes sense that he would try to get out there international now. That's what
Mm-hmm.
he, because he always talking about being on um World Star and all these
Mm-hmm.
different
Exactly.
platforms. So
Exactly.
he's trying to spread itself now. And that blood sacrifice, actually it did. It ain't no coincidence that that young lady did that, and once that happened, he ended out there in Hollywood where the beast is at.
That's right. That's right.
No.
Exactly where the beast is at. So being that he ended up out there where the beast was at, we can see within itself, who the people are that are backing him. Although we don't know who those people are,
Right.
you see, but he went straight there, the same way when I spoke with the sister and she was talking about Patty Hearst and the influence of just like cultism within itself. You see, all of this right here is telegraph. You see, now the people that subscribe to him, the people that follow him, they are beyond sleep sheeple. They are beyond that.
Exactly, world.
These are people that have been downloaded on a totally different frequency, thinking that this shit is cool. They don't even understand it. That's just like people that you hear now. They may be younger and they listen to certain types of music or whatever. I done caught myself from listening to Lil Uzi Vert at times because I know that it's MK Ultra like a motherfucker.
I was
It's
just gonna say, all
it's
you
so
have to
rhythmic.
do is flip it back, world.
That's all you gotta do.
When you backwards match that
Uh-huh.
song, that's why I don't listen to that stuff no more.
That's
Songs that
right.
I used to love to listen to, I don't do it because now you when you backwards match it, you see that all that stuff is putting out spells on the people. Is
All that
demonic.
science. I'm gonna give you an example. Like back in the day, when you speak about the demonic, the demonicism, back in the day when NWA, niggas with an attitude, they came out with a song, they came out with an album actually, and it was called A Feel for Zagging. And A Feel for Zagging, spelled backwards was niggas for life. You see? And throughout the industry
Exactly.
back then, you see, they was putting that out there illustriously, so that we wouldn't be able to reclaim who that we were and what our rightful position was, in the same
Right.
sense of how when I spoke about people need to stop saying that they can't motherfucking breathe. Because you see, as a man thinketh or a woman thinketh, so it is. It's all a manifestation within itself. The words that you speak, whether you know it or not, has more power than what the hell that you know. That's why people
That's
make
the
an
truth.
attempt. That's why people make attempts to silence people. You see, when people are able to connect with the people, explain it, bring it to the forefront, they fear that the most. That's why people like El-Hajj Malik El-Shabazz, his own people was used in order to assassinate him. You look at Dr. Khalid Abdul Muhammad, then you look at other people who went on to the great height and then fame. But I ain't gonna go all the way up in that thing. But it is what it is. You see,
Right.
That's crazy.
look at these
And
spells.
but when we talk on that, because I remember, world, I know you know what I'm talking about. That video of what Snoop Dogg did. You remember when he was talking to that demon, and he was saying that he was actually giving us an insight on that video.
That's
It was
right.
in his early year
That's
about
right.
how that demon come to you and said, if you give me your
Mm-hmm.
soul, I'll give you
That's
all
right.
the riches.
That's
Because
why.
people have money. People don't understand that Satan give blessings too.
That's right.
He blesses too.
Uh-huh. And
So
and
you
even
go ahead.
but on the line of on what you were saying before that I lose thought, even when you spoke about the demonicism within Snoop Dogg throughout the industry, do you not remember that they actually handpicked and selected him to be the vampire in Brooklyn? Think about that. Think about
Come on now.
think
Come on.
about the
Wow.
symbolism, of cannibalism, of bloodism, of the
You
sacrificialism,
better talk.
the carnage within itself. You see, they put all of this out here, but this is the same guy that can, take a photo where memes done been shared, where he has on a woman's bonnet, but then he appears with Martha Stewart. See, this the symbolism
You
and the
better
science
talk. You
that
better talk.
they try to sneak it up through the industry. You see, that's why he was
That's
able
crazy.
to get away from death row and all that shit. Remember, he was stranded on death row at one
Come on
time with
now.
Pop. You remember
Come
that? You
on.
remember when that? You know what I'm saying? Murder was the case and all that shit. That's how the fuck he got up
That's
out of the
right.
case. You see, when you deal with sacrificialism, when you deal with elitism within itself, you got people that are even sold physically for other people to advance on different brackets throughout the industry. Certain organizations actually empower these individuals to promote certain commercials, to put out certain things, and to be a part of certain shows. You don't think I recognize that purple when Snoop Dogg was on that motherfucking Soul Plane? I've been peep game. You see, that's why
Come
every
on
time,
now. And that
when
was
Louis Farrakhan
actually
spoke, every time
actually
Louis Farrakhan spoke, he always brought in who? The rappers. I even side-eyed him when he was up there with Eminem.
that's
I
right.
said, well, damn, now you're going too far with this thing now. I done seen you with Ice Cube. I done seen you with Snoop Dogg. Now they talking about killing folks and carrying on and whoop de whoop. But you the one that's saying that you for everybody, but you with them. You making it seem like by you being with them that's so great. So what you're doing is you're raising the bar for elitism acceptance throughout our community by way of pushing rap music. I get it. I get it.
Wow.
Right. And I think another brother that would talk to deep on that too world was John Todd. Now John Todd was not they because they don't know how what happened to him. He just disappeared. And but I really believe they already had a hit out on him because he was revealing a lot of things in regards to what they would do in the music industry, because he was actually in it. And he was talking about how they would take that record, whatever the record is, they learn how to write backwards, and they would take that
Wow.
record to the master to the master of ceremony, which is ain't nothing but a warlock, and put it on the altar. And they will conjure up all these spirits so that when they go out to the listeners, all them different spirits will be rushed out to the people who is listening to it. That's why you have all these different babies. Because if you look at this time and hour we're in now, it's even worse with these babies now of what they listening to in this age. Music ain't nowhere where it used to be. They was doing it back then, but it's even worse now, to the fact
Yeah.
of really controlling these children minds and stuff. So when you look at it, don't think a record is just a record. In other words, that's what we're saying. Don't think a record is just a record. No, they actually do rituals with the records before they even be released.
That's right. That's right. And that's the
Yeah.
MK Ultraism within itself, which is a part of ritualism and sacrificialism. That's why, if you think about most of these artists and what they get them to do, okay, people were able to peep game with the transition and transformation. You seen Erica Badu, you seen
Yeah.
Britney Spears, you seen
Come on.
Beyonce, you seen all these artists with a monarch butterfly as the cover theme of
Come on.
of their albums. Okay, we were able to peep game with that, you see. So then they moved on and advanced to an even higher frequency and put it right in front of your motherfucking face. That's why you have artists like Lady Gaga that can be a regular, that can be, you know, somewhat of a star of a TV show like American Horror Story, where she's around children that are drinking blood, you see. That's why when you've seen her a part of these halftime shows and you've seen these performances and things and stuff like that of that nature or whatever, that's why things have been the way that they have. You see, this was all
Right.
low-key promotion. It was subliminalism, subliminalism within itself.
right, because they hiding it honestly, and they hiding it plain sight. They ain't. It's been in our faces the whole time. It's just your eyes have to be open to this stuff. But now that your eyes open, you'll see it everywhere. It ain't no coincidence that all believe in Aleister Crowley, do as thou will. It's not a coincidence that all take pictures with the one eye symbol or the 366 throwing up their allegiance, telling you who they serve and who their God is. It don't matter if they talk about I thank God. God could be anything.
That's
God
right.
could be God. God could be anything. When you hear people talking about God, so don't think that these people worship in real spirit and in truth. They worship the beast, who brought in their allegiance to serve him. So it's all winding up and twining up all the way down to this Eligio character and what he's doing and what his motive is in this day and this time and right now. It's
Exactly.
all of the same thing. He's just a piece in the puzzle. He's a
That's
piece in the
all.
puzzle.
But the one thing about it, and she dropped off because of her audio. I'm pretty sure she'll click back on the link.
Okay.
But the thing about being an object and by him being somewhat of one of the greatest instruments for them to use because of the amount of people and age bracket of people that he's been able to captivate. And now even more so, we have, you know, excuse me, you got to move away from the air conditioner or whatever.
Yeah,
Like
that's
that's
what.
what's tearing the
All
phone up.
right.
It's tearing it up right now. Yeah, you gotta move from there.
Yeah, I
That's
just.
what does it. That's why I put you on mute. Okay, but back to what I was saying, you know, these type of individuals, man, are perfected with their usage out here. They know who to use up. They know exactly who's able to pull certain people in. That's why the people that we call weak-minded or
Come on.
weirdos, so that's why they gravitate to him. You see, they've set this platform up originally, you see, for people that had pure intentions of actually being in nature, building villages and stuff. I'm gonna have to play the whole entire live stream when I interview Ray and let her, because I don't know if you heard it, Aurelia, when she explained when she first, you know, was a part of Melanation and went to Costa Rica, and of on how Clubfoot did her, you know, once she got there, and how he actually prompted her, wanted her to have, sex, have a menage a trois, whatever. She wasn't
No,
feeling it.
I
You
haven't
feel
heard
me?
that yet.
That, oh
I got
yeah.
yeah, I need
See,
to
I'm
hear that.
about to let you hear that thing
Yeah,
right
I need
there.
to hear that one. I haven't heard it yet.
Yeah.
I haven't heard it.
I'm gonna have to run that gym jank right there. I'm gonna let y'all hear that shit right
And
there.
I
Cause see
and I'm gonna
that's
tell you, I was saying
real shit,
something
man.
about the poll. I just did a search on it. Do you not know they are now saying that YouTube is the number one in all the whole world at the moment? It's higher than
Uh-huh.
any other station, any other channel, even TV and entertainment platforms.
You in the part. You are outside of something. If you beside the a fan or whatever, you gotta move, sis.
Yeah,
It's
no,
killing the live right now. It's killing it.
I'm not.
Like that's what that is.
Yeah, I'm not. I moved away from the air. I'm not even. You still hear it?
Yeah, it was just something
Yeah,
that
it
was
was
just
something that,
blowing.
yeah.
Yeah,
Okay, let me move. Let me go all the way inside then.
yeah, I can hear it.
Yeah, but yeah, they saying YouTube is now number one. It passed every platform out there, social media platform. It is number one out there. So that tells you why all of the celebrities is coming here now. That tells you why they all getting pages now. They telling you because they already know the television is dying. Just like it was with the plays at the time when people needed entertainment and they need to see things acted out on the road. What they had the stages, they had the plays, and it transformed, and it came progressed from the plays and the stage to the television. Now it's moving from the television to now social media platforms, which I say all the time, be careful what y'all do out here, because this was created by the CIA and the FBI to know what you're doing at all times. With that,
That's yeah,
go
that's
ahead,
right.
go
That's
ahead, bro.
right. And that's why, and I say at times, that it's all by design. Even now, you got to look at the insurgents. After 2010, it got to the point where with your phone, when you download these apps, now you got to even give them your permission to be able to use the app. Give the app your permission to access the
That's
photos.
right. That's right.
It's a canal. It's a canal that'll open up throughout a whole big old universe, somewhat of a galaxy, with information, with different emails, with different stories that's actually clouded. All of this information at a touch of a fucking button. This is what we're dealing with. That's why when we
That's
have
right. When they
individuals
ask
that
you that
implement.
question, can do I have
Mhm.
permission to go into your contacts? Do I have permission to go into your they in other words, they want all of that information regarding you before you even go out there. And then when you get on your phone or your system and log up, the next thing they tell you is your location. So
That's right.
that's what it's all set out to be. So that's why I say be careful out there, people. In regards to all this, be very aware, and stop telling where you at and what you're doing and where your family's at and all that kind of stuff in regards
That's a
to putting
fact.
all your information out there like that.
That is a fact right there. And like I say, I don't know if the sister, if she wanted to add anything to that. I didn't want to keep y'all too long on here because this is dope. I'm on the
Yes.
playback right now.
Yeah, I appreciate. I just was. My next question was, um, like, what are we supposed to do? Like, how do you stay protect? Like, I know building awareness is the main thing. Like, just basically getting the word out there, letting people know really what's going on. But how do? Because I feel like he's out here like building an army. Like that's how I feel. Like building
Well,
like
that's what their agenda is too. Our thing is trying to get these babies before they even get over there, or trying to
Correct.
like right
right,
now. We understand that because he's picking them. Like I say, I go back to what I say all the time. He's
mhm,
picking them right where they young and naive and
yeah,
don't know nothing about life. When you go back at your own age at 21, 20, you really don't really know what you think you know.
right,
When I look back, I thought I knew the world. I thought I knew everything because I had to grow up quick, but I didn't know as much as I thought I did. And
mhm,
that's real talk. It's through your experiences of life. So that's what he wants. He wants to be able to get in them at that age when they first started off in life,
right,
so
Very
that he could put
impressionable
himself
age.
in there. Yes.
Very,
right,
very impressionable.
Right. Very impressionable at that age. So that's what I would say in regards to that. Stop looking out here and thinking that you're gonna find friends out here. We just had that on the platform too. We look at how many friends and they up there borrowing money, and
Mm-hmm.
I'm not trying to be funny. I'm just being
Yeah.
real. When you coming out here and you up there talk about you got best friends and borrowing money and all that kind of stuff, and you got invited people, stop all that craziness, because you really don't know who you think you know. And then you inviting these people in your life. Really get to know who you dealing with, and stop seeking for everything. You know,
Yeah.
sometimes we move too fast, and we move and allow Satan to run us to the place of destruction. And
Right.
that's where you got to stop at. We got to stop right there. The things
Right.
that you don't know of, come out here, ask somebody that do. Some, world is on it. World, I would say go to world before I say go to somebody like a nature boy.
Right.
I'm being real.
Yeah.
I'm being
Yeah.
real, because this is demonic. And then look at it, how deep it is. You're not just
Yes.
talking about somebody to just controlling you, sweetheart. We talking about an entity that's doing dark powers. This is a faith-based entity. Dark
Yes.
entity. This is deep, because they trying to literally step into you spirit to spirit and take over your body.
And I feel
That's what
like
they're
because
trying to do.
Nefertiti. I don't know if you know girl, but Nefertiti left. So right now she's in like a. It looks like she's in a hotel room, but
Yeah,
she's
she
Yeah,
been
is. Yeah.
doing.
right. Yeah, I was tuning in a little earlier today, not to cut you off. I actually go there. It may have been about 30 minutes ago. She was live on the Facebook, Jim Jane.
Yeah,
Yeah,
she's
it's
still trying to get their attention, because Velvet done kicked her out right now. She thought that she was, see, because she was handling Zoka when
mhm.
she was going at Zoka and Solar. But it was just like what everybody else said. You don't hear none of them no more, do you? Malia, how Malia was talking
Yeah,
about
no,
facts real hard. And you don't hear none of that going on right now, because
nope.
the queen back, in other
Yeah,
words.
not so much as the queen, but the script
There
writer
you
is back.
go.
You
Yeah,
know,
yes, she is. Yes, she is,
she
world.
she's the actual leader of
Yes,
carbonation.
she
That's why I
is.
say, at times when people have even said stuff like, yeah, you know what I'm saying, like Babaji sent me a message and shit. Nah, that be her.
Yeah,
She assumes a lot of different characters. That's how at
Come on.
times she was even able to trick her father into believing things like she had changed and that she was, coming back and stuff. You heard
That
how her
child
father
is
was.
she is right
She
there
something
with
else.
him.
She a beast.
She right up there with him. That girl is a master manipulator as well. She is
How
so
can but
demonic.
let me ask you though, Ray? How can you have like okay, like Pop's wife Tina? That's not her mom. That's his wife. You see how
mhm.
real she is? She went
Come
all the
on.
way to damn Mexico.
Come
She
on.
went all
Yes,
the way to damn. She went.
And her
That ain't
own mama didn't go.
what she went all the way to Mexico. That means that she is trained to go.
There
That's
you
what I'm
go.
talking.
You're
How
right.
can you
You're
how
right.
can you deny somebody like that that's with your father, despite if they with your mother or not, that's that real, that's willing to do that for you? Are you willing to lie to a person? Like, come on, man, like that's some real whole
I'm
line
telling you.
bullshit. When I stay on her ass, I don't be trying to disrespect him or her, but she got to get that motherfucking work because the shit that she did to them is fucked up, yo. Like she
Let me
yeah,
really,
tell you something,
man, that's
world.
fucked up, yo.
The way that Velvet is the most evil, and I hate to say that, because I respect I hate to say this, because I do respect Pop Marquez. But that his daughter, but I believe he know this about his daughter, because he did a live one time and said, Velvet, I'm telling you, if you don't change your ways now, you're gonna get caught up with him. So I think I have the freedom to say this. Velvet is the most evil person ever, in regards to, she right there with him, because she would come back and she would do them women for another woman to do other sisters like that. And you
yeah,
do
it's
not
crazy.
care. You do not care in regards to the way you treat them and how you do them only for your own gratification. That is the most lowest, darkest person ever.
She is something else.
She
And
is
the thing
something
about it
else.
is, as much energy that people put into like materializing, Eligio as being, the demon and all this stuff or whatever, man, she has more of the demonic energy than what he does. Like I say,
She do. She
when
do.
he listen, when Babaji first got the Air Babajis, when he was showing it on that video back in 2017, when he first got the Air Babajis and shit, right? You got to think about this. Before Velvet even met Nature Boy, she was trying to acquire a 50-acre land development before she even went to carbonation. So do you understand the mind of a person that just wants to acquire 55 acres of land?
Come on
What
now.
was she gonna do with it? Who was she gonna place there? Did somebody put her up on game? Because I don't know too many 17-year-olds that's saying, hey, I just want to acquire 55 acres of land just because type of shit or whatever. See, the
Right.
script has been written. She's just the one that keep being the
That's right.
typesetter and the editor with the damn narrative. That's all that it
And
is.
and Poe baby Eliana ain't nothing but Rosemary baby. That
That's
baby
it.
is
And
is a Rosemary baby
using them,
all day.
using them. Any child that's born on the face of this unisphere is pure, angelic within itself. That's the manifestation innately of God, or whatever you identify the higher power as being.
Right.
But one thing that I will say is this: once that you hang with the devil for a period of time, you begin to transition. It's not as if you change, you just transition on to a whole different level. See, that child is around two serpents, you see. So you got to
Right.
think about
Well,
not only what's
you got to
happening to
look
that
in that
child.
you got to look in the way that that baby was conceived. It was evil with evil. So what that baby gonna be? That's why I call it Rosemary baby. That's gonna
And
be
you're
an
exactly
evil
right.
demonic seed. It's gonna
That's right.
that's an evil seed that has been created
I,
because
I
of
agree
what
with
came.
you.
Yeah, yeah.
I agree
So
So
with
why
you,
do
but
he? Why do you
hold
think
on, hold
he?
on, hold on, hold on, hold on 1 second. But in the essence, everything within is purity. Just at whatever name we identify the higher power, as the higher power, as you know, don't make no mistakes. So
oh no 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 oh no.
everything was pure.
You
You
know
understand?
why? You know why I
Uh-huh.
say that? Because in the
Okay.
same sense, you absolutely correct. Correct. Because in the same sense, he got his day coming, and because Eliana itself means in Hebrew, God has answered. So don't think
Wow.
that it ain't answer. The answer is already here. All he's doing right now is showing that what he's doing right now on this platform right now is showing everything that I've been showing you guys, everything I've been giving you clarifications on, you on target. Stay on target. All he's doing is giving confirmation. Everything we have ever said, world, have it not came back as being true. Everything. So that's
Wow.
just confirmation to let you know that we're on the right path in regards to it. So he has answered. He has answered. He's answering now. So
Oh,
it
that's
is
fact.
a
Wow.
day. It's a day and a time for him. It's a day and a time for him. Just like all the puppets, every puppet that they use, it's always a day and a time. Their number is almost up.
Oh yeah. And like I say,
It just mostly what we doing now is just trying to keep these babies from going over there. We can't help those that's there, but we could definitely keep the word going and the fire burning by keeping that word out there. Do not go. Just like Nina was saved, we could save others from going over there.
I agree.
That's,
I agree.
so I
100%.
was just I was just going to say, why do you think he don't allow them to keep the babies, the kids?
First because it's all about that blood. That's the most highest form. When even when you're dealing with the elites that's in Hollywood and different things, to have that the most purest blood on the altar of Satan. Do you not know the level of dark power that can come through that purest of blood like that? That's why
Okay.
you got that's why you have people like Queen Elizabeth, who it has been known she loves to eat baby brains, the
Uh-huh.
brains of the baby.
That's right.
That's her favorite delicacy, baby brains, the fetus brains. So
Yeah, and I
that's
guess
why
that's
it's
why.
a, and honestly though, that's why they put in regards to the Planned Parenthood in our communities and all that kind of
Hmm.
stuff, because the more it ain't got to be just in their surroundings. The more that you got people willing to go into these Planned Parenthoods that's were created by the dark powers that be, and go up in there and abort their children and all that kind of stuff. They could use all of that spilled blood on Satan's altar.
Right.
That's why you
Right.
have to be careful with that kind of stuff. Give that baby life. Give that baby life, because
That
Satan
babe.
uses that.
Hey, look at here. I'm gonna tell you, right? And when you look at a child, at a young age, the most impressionable age of all got to think about how they've deprived this child to the point that, and oftentimes we haven't even seen this child playing with no damn toys, yo. That's sad, yo. Just done robbed the child. Child don't even get to play with no blocks or nothing, nothing constructive. None of the games that you play with and push your button and it tell you, you
Wo-
know, the cow is this and the sun
World, you
and
know
you know
what?
stuff
You
like
know
that.
what he
That's crazy,
you
man.
know how we know what her what she already gonna be there for, and the disgusting things that baby, because when you look at baby Eliana and the way she even dances when the music come on, look how she rolls her body. That ain't even normal for a
That's right.
child to be able to roll her body in such a
That's right.
sexual. She's very sexual the way she moves her body already
You
because of the.
think
Go ahead, baby.
you think she been manufactured?
Come on now. There you go.
Yeah, he said that she's exactly
Bingo.
him. He
Bingo.
said that even when he go, you know, they're going to be okay because he, you know, she's around. He said even if he's with her, Eliana or not, like everything, you know, he know that that's
Bingo.
exactly him. Yep, he said
Bingo.
that.
He don't care about having them and then spreading them out. That's what I'm saying. It's because that seed is going out there. Yes, they can be manufactured. That's what they do all the time in especially in these facilities. Oh yeah. Oh yeah,
And
that
I
is
think
going.
that's
I
I
really
think
will. I really hope that world. Another thing, I sure wish she would, but she probably be afraid. We don't know what that sister seen, but I
yeah.
sure wish it was some way we could talk to her to ask her what was that darkness. She seen something, and it's. I bet you. I got an idea of what it is.
I got an
I
idea
did. I
too.
do
I have an
too.
idea.
You know I do.
I got a strong
I sure
idea.
do.
Uh-huh.
I sure
Cause see, I'm
do.
gonna take I'm put you up on game, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, when he was talking, when they okay, after the science, when Yaya had left and he was like, okay, this how it went down. Like Yaya and BP left the same day at the same time because Yaya was ready to leave and BP went with her. So after that, you know what I'm saying? You know, it was on some raining type of shit or whatever. You know, like they was all sitting there. You seen BP, you seen Olmec, and you seen Velvet, and they was up under the covers. It was raining and stuff, and he was trying to explain then, you know, about Yaya, and then that's when he slipped up and said, "I got nude pictures of her and all this other shit." And they was sitting in the rain, sitting there looking at the nude pictures and all this. So they was sitting right there then, and that
Right.
destroyed her. It destroyed her so much. I think that she was so embarrassed. Now, as far as the things what you're saying on the demonic, evil, dark place level of on what they seen, I think that lady, I think the sister Femi actually seen somewhat of the demonic evil workings that took place behind the
Yeah,
scene what he was doing
Right.
with them. I
yeah,
think
because
that's what
Right.
I'm saying. That's why
they
I said to get the hell away from
Right.
that guy.
yeah, because they were I don't know if you was able to see this live though, but they were it was around a time when they were all in the bathroom, all the wives were in the bathroom, and I had called them after the live. So I'm like, well, where Baba G? So he was in the room because he do his meditating in a rocking chair and his towel has to be a certain way, all this whole system, right? So I saw Femi and she was like still standoffish from the rest of the group. So he's like, yeah, she's scared of me, you know. So she just was looking out the corner of her eye, and you know, she smiled a little bit. And he was like, yeah, she'll come around though. Like she was sitting on the edge of the bed while everybody else was in the bathroom. So I just was wondering, like,
Mm-hmm.
you know, well, why is she not in the mix? Like, you know, it just seemed like her
Right.
whole her energy and her personality just it just went down like, and you could
I'm gonna
literally
tell
see
you.
it.
I'm gonna tell you when you rob a person like that, and I've like here, I've seen people after this has taken place, like standing in the hall and stuff. And when I was locked up, a lot of times I would get the hallway job and shit. And it was this guy, man. It was this white guy, man. They had moved to the block, man. We was at Lanesboro. This was back in like 2016. And I remember when they moved him in the block, I knew him from another prison. You feel what I'm saying? He cool dude or whatever. You know what I'm saying? He ain't getting no shit or nothing. But what had happened was they had called, you know, for the time for everybody to go outside. You know, you got the option to go out, you stay in, do your thing, and stay in the cell. But anyway, the majority of people went outside, and what happened was he caught this joker, man, that had 3 life sentences that ran up in his butt one day. And when he ran up in his butt and penetrated him, it scared the dude so bad. When I was outside, like sweeping and mopping in the hall, I kept like cutting my eye and looking up in there, man. That's my word. And that same facial expression that I seen in that girl Femi, that same energy right there, I said somebody has been violated and this person is
Come on
afraid.
now.
I seen it automatic. I said, you know what? They afraid because dude, his whole manhood had got
Come
took,
on
and
now. Come on.
everybody in our block knew, and he knew for the remainder of them damn 3 little old years that he had left, everybody was gonna know that he got raped. Everybody was gonna know that thing. And I looked at him, and the face expression that he had, it wasn't what I seen and what I knew of him. It's like it was a part of his soul that had
I was
left
just
him.
finna
I
say,
said,
because you
I
know
was like,
that I was just finna
whoa.
say that, because you know when that be taken, especially from our men like that, that's taking a part of their soul, their identity of who they are as a strong male. You get what I'm saying? That's deep down like that. I know exactly what you're talking about, brother, because I had to deal with another brother that had got raped to that capacity, and mentally he couldn't handle it, even when he was out free. It really was, he still was locked up mentally because of
Uh-huh.
that experience. So I know
You don't never
exactly
forget
what
it.
you're talking about.
He'll never forget it. And
Yep,
like I say,
yes.
that's something once it's over your head by what I've seen, what I've
Come
noticed,
on,
just
come
by
on.
just peeping game with that shit, man, that shit take away from you,
Yes, it
man. I
does,
seen
world.
that guy. I seen that guy, man. I seen him about like probably 4 years later, and I'm gonna tell you what happened. And I'm not lying to you, and I'm not trying to be disrespectful, but I seen him 4 years after that, and I'm gonna tell you what this guy did. Crazy and look crazy as hell. This dude, back around 2005. This was like around 2009, 2010. I seen him on another camp, and he changed his way of life, and he became, practicing being a Native American. And I peeped it, and I was like, damn. I was like, so that man took all that stuff up out of you. Now it's as if that you want a different identity, and you know you European, but you're saying
Come on,
that
you
you a
better
Native
talk about
American.
now.
Look
Now,
at
now,
here.
now,
The
look.
God, the God that he believed in didn't save him when that man ran up in that room and
You
took his
better
butt.
talk.
That God
Wow.
didn't. That God didn't
Now, ain't
save
that
him.
similar?
So then,
Ain't this?
that's right.
Ain't that
I'm
similar?
telling you now.
Ain't that similar?
Huh?
It,
Wow.
isn't that similar to what we see over there in combination right now in regards to the depth of what they see? To, even though sometimes they probably feel hopeless that nobody, I wasn't rescued out of here, or I can't get rescued. Especially, I would say in regards to that too, like Aya. Aya probably feels so hopeless in there that it ain't no way to bust loose out of
Mhm.
there. She
And that's what
feels
he
like
said.
just
Her yeah, her
right.
personality is nonchalant because he was doing a live and she was saying how he don't give her the same attention that he gives everybody else. So he's like, well, what you expect? You have a nonchalant attitude. He's like, even when we have sex, like, it's just nonchalant, you don't have no feeling. And I said, well, maybe because of her what she did, because she used to be a prostitute. I said, well, maybe she, like, put a wall up and like blocked herself, cut herself off from just
But
having
I'm
any type
telling
of
you
emotions.
that see, even that, when you be intimate, whether it is especially with a demonic entity such as Eligio, and he steps into your body, and those soul ties entwine like that, it ain't gonna be easy, like just to release from something like that. Listen,
Mm,
even to the point where, because World was even talking about rape, but he not only do he rape them emotionally, mentally, and physically, but he even raped their whole life. To
yeah.
think that that lady said that he came into her home. I can't imagine somebody stepping across my threshold and just going and rambling through my stuff and taking what they want. Do you not understand the depth of the the insult of rape all the way
Crazy.
around in regards to your livelihood, your personal being, everything about you?
Hey, just like, hey, pardon me, I ain't mean to cut you off, but just like what Nikki Crayon was saying right there in the comments, she say you just check out, and that's what happened, yo. Like straight up, because after that, I mean, like he had to go back to the block and everything. Like the dude got locked up, but after that, man, he turned into a vegetable to the point, man. Like he used to walk looking down, type of shit. It
I
was
feel
weird as
you.
fuck. It was weird. It was weird, and the reason why I know him like that because I'm gonna say at least twice a day I used to play chess with him. You know what I'm saying? He out like if he see me
Right.
outside, I had a chessboard when I be working out. So if anybody want to try me, my nigga, you know what I'm saying? I'd be like, bring that shit over here. If you want to try me with however, but let's get it on this chessboard. So motherfuckers would come over and try my gangster and all that other shit or whatever. And dude stopped coming around. So he was like mad distant and shit. And I'm like, yeah, I know what the fuck happened. Just like everybody in the block know what happened. But then,
Where I, cause I seen it
man, that
before
shit was
too.
crazy, yo.
I'm telling you, I seen that before too. A young man like that, where I had never seen it, but I heard in regards to it. Because it was two cousins that got locked up. Now check this out. The one that was, it was a man already in there. Two young cousins that got locked up together. One of the cousins, mom, a boyfriend was locked up. It just so happened in there at the time. Now you would think that he would protect him. He was the main one that raped him. He took something from him, and his cousin couldn't.
That's right.
He felt
Okay.
helpless because he heard his cousin down there screaming for dear
That's right.
life,
Couldn't
and
do
they
nothing.
was down there violating him. And I'm gonna tell you though, when he got out, it was just like what you said. You could literally see the life came out of his eyes.
That's
He
right.
that a part of his soul
Took his soul.
had been, yes, he
Now,
killed him.
now let me now,
Yes.
now let me correlate with what you're saying, and we'll make it make sense. Now, I don't know if you remember when I showed the Jim Jones story, and when I was showing the Jim Jones movie, and how this what happened. It was a guy that was in church, and he was strung out on heroin, and you know how it is when you come off the bag, you know how they explain it. You start having the shakes, and you're hot, but you feel like you're cold, and you can't eat, and you just can't cope. And this is what Jim Jones did. When the guy was shaking and needed to be, medicated, Jim Jones laid the dude down up under the covers, and Jim Jones took off all his clothes and got up under the covers with the guy. And what he did throughout the sex registry as being a magician, he checked in on his
Look
motherfucking
at that.
ass. And when he was at his most valuable point, what he did was he exchanged juices, exchanged sex with his motherfucking ass, and turned him all the way out. And after that, Jim Jones told that dude that his wife wasn't his wife no more, and he said that his wife was his wife. And when I heard that, I said, "That's how they do it.
So
That's
that's
how
what.
they
So
do it."
and so what you saying? Just what I said earlier. They rape not only them, but they
That's
rape
right.
their whole
Right.
entire life of being.
Mm-hmm.
They
I
come
will.
in.
I'll show you.
Yes, they come in. They rape their whole entire life of being. So I get exactly what you're saying. And that's what I was saying. Even to violate how he went to that young lady's house, going into her house and stuff like that. That's part of rape. That's part of the psychological beat down of it all, spiritually, mentally, emotionally, you
That's
mind
crazy.
type of thing.
Yeah,
It's
he was talking to what's his name, Immortal Chop. Chop left too. But he just did a live, and he was talking to his direct, which is a girl that's in Jamaica. So she's about to go over there too or whatever. But Baba G was in the comments and just was kind of just like downing him for leaving and whatnot. And he was saying, like, I guess this last go round, like this last time, it just he couldn't, something took a hold of him, like he couldn't, it became too much for him. And he was
right.
saying he believed because he has less melanin or whatever, and it was hard for him to relate. So his direct was telling him that that's not what it is, and that he should go back and try again. I guess because she's on her way over there too. But she was saying that it is, she know the whole experience is like life changing, and of course she was saying in a way, I guess, and like it improve your life, you know what I mean?
So now that goes back to what we talked about like weeks ago about the young lady. I have to keep throwing that in there because that is prominent. That's why I said to different ones, stop asking. Well, she was gone from carbonation. She ain't had nothing to do with him at that time. She killed her mother. Okay. Because what we saying is they probably have a problem when they go up in there. But he magnified that problem. When they leave, they be worse off, way worse off, tapping into those different powers and demonic entities that they have. When they leave there, they be a whole nother person, a whole nother entity within itself. So because that person left physically, don't mean that they left mentally. That's
Right.
even like us today. The work that our oppressors did on us. Look at that. Look at how long it taken us to get the captivity off of our minds of us being slaves. Think about that. Even though we left the plantation, our mind didn't leave the plantation because we were still thinking like slaves in a lot of areas. It's the same
Right.
difference. It's the
Yeah,
same
that's
difference.
crazy.
Yes. So it's coming on home to roost in regards to what the Most High is showing and what the confirmation of it all is. Everything that we've been saying has been on point so far. I already know. We already know this guy is a puppet being used.
Mm-mm.
He's being used, and he's
Mm-mm.
raping, and he's molesting these people for their very souls, the very soul of who they are. And that's how he get his energy. And like you said too, of course Satan get fat, because I heard someone in regards to talking about his image and the way he looked. Oh yeah, yeah, because everything going inside of him, it's like glutton in so many words. Ain't nobody gaining weight over there but him.
That's right. That's right.
And it's more
That's right.
it is more in the spirit of what you
Hold
see,
on.
what you see.
I mean, you tell the truth. Hey, look. Hey, look. You tell the truth, though. That's real tight. Ain't nobody else gaining weight. Wait a minute. Hold up, Aurelia. Look, I want you to see this. If you can mute up for 1 second, I want y'all to see this the part right here where Jim Jones had old boy, right? Look, I want you to see this. I want you to see what Jim Jones had him. And when Jim Jones got up in the bed with him and shit, look at this shit right here. Look, look, look. Segments. Look, look.
A mess.
The demons. Get it?
Wow.
I told you. I look at you. The demons. Oh my.
Wow.
Demons. Look at that. Them demons in them. Look. Look at that. Demons coming out. Look at that.
Wow.
Uh-huh. I know that sign. Now look at that. I was in that past. I was in there. Ain't no way. I'm butt cheeks. I'm telling you. This the sign right here. This that sign. This that sign. I'm telling you now. That's the
And
sign
then you
right
know
there.
what
That's the sign
you know
right
what we're Lord have mercy. This is crazy. Because even when you think about that, now think about when all how they be surrounding. Because if you notice, when he dealing with one trying to leave, or trying to program them back, because to me that was trying to reprogram him back to the state, that so that he could be submissive. In other words, trying them be standing around just like that. When he dealing with a person saying that they ready to go or something like that, they all circle around just like them men that was just up in there with Jim Jones. They circle around just like that. You remember when Joyce had when Joy left that time in Mexico, she had to put on it on live, and that was cringy to watch, because look how they were surrounding her, and to a point where she had to feel like, because she felt like she was in danger. So that's what it's the same thing. It's the same scripts over and over and over. It's deep and it's dark. It's deep and dark.
Yeah,
And they
it's
sit there and
scary.
watch it. Wow.
And like I say, I appreciate having both of y'all, because like I said, I ain't want to hold y'all too long, you know what I'm saying, with this science. And I want people to be able to check it on the replay too. You figured me? So I got to get both of y'all back
Okay,
up in
that's
here
fine,
as
brother.
well
That's
as other
fine. And
people.
I enjoy talking to you,
You
Nina.
feel me? Yeah, no. Hold on, sister. Don't go nowhere. Don't go nowhere. Don't go nowhere. No, I just want the people to know, yeah, because I know they want to, you know what I'm saying, run it back or whatever. Yeah, I don't want to
I
kill
got
them. You
you.
see
I
what I'm
got you.
saying?
I got you.
Yeah. See, I gotta get you per your convenience when you can come up here. Cause see, now we got the stream yard, Jim Jank, that 10 people can come up here.
Oh, okay.
10
All
people.
right.
10 people can come up in this jank. I had to make the Jim Jank to the Jim Jank today. See, there you go right there. I got the 10 people come up in there.
Okay, then.
10 people can come up in here. Yeah. So then, like I say, then I'll open it up like that and have like an open panel discussion, like maybe later on
Oh, that
tonight.
sounds
Like I
good,
just don't
world.
want to.
That sounds
Yeah, I
good.
don't want to hold you too long.
Yeah,
Yeah, and if
that
you
sounds
want to
good.
come back, I send it right to you. Because I know I'm pretty sure people will have questions and they'll want to add on as well. So yeah, we can get it all the way in, yo.
Okay, yeah, that sounds good. You just just hit me up. Let me know. I won't be doing nothing.
Yeah, this was cool. I appreciate us like building. This was like really informative.
That's what's up. Like I say, next time, more than likely, we'll have Miss Meat or have Mac J
Yeah,
or
bless you,
Peace to the
Nina,
God.
sister.
Yeah, we'll have them
Bless
up
your
in
Yes,
here.
sir.
sister, and you stay focused. Stay focused on it. From that experience. You let that be a great lesson and a great warning to you,
Yeah,
not to be trusted and everybody that's out here, sweetheart. A real talk.
yeah. I'm gonna
Stay.
definitely take heed to it. Yeah,
Yeah, take heed to that, right, and guard yourself very well, because that was a blessing that sister thought on you for you not
yeah,
to go. So
yeah,
bless you, sweetheart, bless you.
yep.
Yeah, but world, you just let me know, and yeah, and it is what it is. I'll be back. That
Hey,
sounds good.
sounds good to me too. And like I say, peace and blessings to both of y'all. And once again, I
Yeah,
appreciate y'all
you
coming
guys.
up. Yeah, man, this is what's up. So you already know we'll be back in the building. Be
Okay,
back in the building.
Okay.
sounds good, brother.
Thank you all again.
Okay, you welcome.
All right.
Yo, like I say, I definitely, hey, I got both of their contacts, so you already know that it's going down. That's right. Like I say, shout out, you know what I'm saying, to Dr. Aurelia, shout out to Nina Simone, you know what I'm saying, for coming through, giving us that information, dropping them jewels on us, and definitely opening up the bill. You know how we do over here, man. We got to make it make sense, you feel me? So yeah, shout out to everybody that came through. Shout out to everybody smashed that like button, and shout out to everybody that was tuned in the entirety of the time. As always, I ask that you share the videos. I had dropped the link for the private chat, Jim Jank to the Jim Jank. We'll have an interactive live stream that'll be going on for the people that's at work that be doing what they do. Okay, that's right. So I'll be working extra hard, getting them streams on just so you can chill and you still get all that information, all that and more. If you didn't catch the link, make sure that you hit my DM, figure me, and then we're gonna go from there. It is what it is. And like I say, once again, if you have not shared the video, make sure that you share for the awareness. I will do a breakdown. Once again, we'll do a breakdown to the breakdown update of the Jim Jones, Jim Jake, just to be able to shed light and to bring even more clarification, with everything that we talking about. And I ain't even gonna run no joints, man, because they've been flexing on me or whatever. Yeah, they've been hating on me real hard, man. Yeah, they've been hating on me with the Jim Janks, you feel me? So I ain't even gonna get the jank take it down. So I'm gonna back up out this jank and I'm gonna do it like that. Shout out to the chat. Matter of fact, the live is chat. I see y'all.